Main engine ignition, all 3 engines up and burning. 2,
To whom it may concern.
1, and liftoff.
Lift? What is this, some Hollywood liposuction? Lift? You know we ain't about all that. Welcome to the Skull and Bones Show.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
All right, guys, welcome back to another edition of the Skull and Bones Show. We are Skull and Bones. Check us out on skullandbonesradio.com, on the iHeartRadio app.
.com, baby.
.com, on iTunes as well. Jean Perrion here, joined by
Mickey 3.
Nikki 3 Jammersfield.
All right, come on now, introduce yourself.
Oh,
Don't be shy.
I like to have Jean introduce me.
Well,
you know?
what I was trying to do is I was trying to leave like an empty space
yeah,
there
where's
because
Ashley? Oh.
Ashley, who would typically be in the next order of seats.
Oh, I
is
messed
not
up your
here.
flow then.
You
I didn't
messed up-
realize.
That's all right, though.
Oh, my bad.
Well, cat's out of the bag. Ashley's not here.
She's never here.
Never, ever here.
I think she's at the Republican National Convention in Cleveland.
See?
I saw her tweet
funny.
out hashtag love Trump. I'm just saying.
So,
I think she's trying to pass as a Trump daughter.
well, moving on past her, my man, CJ, he's in the building.
What up, though?
What up? What up, though?
Casey James.
Matt, one hundo. One hundo. All right. So, hey, we've got a very good show lined up for you guys today. Let me turn the floor over to my main man, Mickey 3 Jammersfield.
Man, I got promoted again?
You know what? See, I feel like sometimes I got to stroke your ego a little bit. So.
Oh, man. I was starting to feel like I was maybe on the back burner here lately.
Well, you're the main man to my right. You're my right hand man, literally.
Oh, man, you better make me cry. Right now ain't the time.
Who's this random guy in the studio, though? Like, I'm a little scared. Who is this guy?
Oh, okay. So, we getting back on track here. I got sidetracked. So, anyhow, we got a special treat today, and it's not too often so far that we've gotten to bring in some musicians. Without further ado, we got Mr. Louis Frost in the house, everybody. Everybody do a applause.
Louis, what up, man?
Thank you, guys.
So, Louis Frost is a local musician hailing from the East Coast. So, brother, tell us who you are, some musical history, and your journey so far. Fill us in.
Well, it's been really interesting in San Diego so far. It's basically reinventing what I thought of myself as a musician because the
Okay.
music scene over here is completely different.
Then where? Where are you from?
New Jersey, originally.
Jersey.
Ooh,
Boise.
ooh, I feel bad for you.
Is that like the armpit of America?
So does a lot of people, man. But yeah, no, I came from New Jersey about almost 2 years ago, and just made the jump because I needed a change of living. But I drove across from New Jersey to San Diego. It was a 6-day drive.
6
Oh, wow.
Yeah. 3,400
That is
miles.
long.
Yeah,
What?
yeah, dude.
Dude, how many times did you stop for gas?
I lost count.
Oh, man.
I lost count. Like people are like, "How much money did you spend on gas?" I was like, "You're trying to tally it up. It stopped so many times."
But I'm sure doing a drive like that, though, I mean, you get to see pretty much most of America,
Yeah,
right?
You're driving across the country.
Yeah, dude. What was that like?
Got my mind blown by Colorado. Just there's nothing more majestic than those mountains.
Okay.
The green plant or the mountains, Lewis? Come on now. What do we got?
He is a
I
musician,
don't know what
bro.
you're talking about.
So you're from Jersey. You grew up in Jersey, I take it then.
Yeah.
Okay. So describe the music scene out there. How'd you even get into music?
Well, I had a very small introduction to music because I was raised by my grandmother. So when CDs finally came out, I was able to get my own when I was 13, and
Okay.
the first ones I ever got from my grandmother were Prince of Egypt soundtrack, which was not a good introduction to music, where most kids were listening to Led Zeppelin and Pink Floyd. I was listening to the Prince of Egypt soundtrack.
Isn't that like a Disney movie?
I think so. Yeah, I don't even remember at this point. I never even saw the movie, but my grandmother thought I needed it.
Sure.
But no, I found like bands like Linkin Park and Limp Bizkit and like all that like new school rock or
Yeah, that new metal.
Yeah, new metal.
Census fail.
Yeah, that
Eventually?
kind of stuff.
Eventually?
Yeah, eventually I got to the whole what is dubbed the New Jersey scene with all like the scene bands like Taking Back Sunday, Jimmy Eat World, Census Fail.
That was my music.
Yeah, like the drive-through records.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, dude. And that was it. Like by the time I was 17, I ended up in a pop punk band that got pretty big in our area. And then I don't know. I guess I got spooked. Around the same time that the band got signed, I quit.
Got signed to who?
To Eyeball Records.
Oh wow! And that's the label that My Chemical Romance was a part of, right?
Yeah, before they went major. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. So wow, that's a big deal.
It was very very humbling experience. But I decided to go back to school.
Oh, hold on. You got signed to Eyeball Records, the same label as My Chemical Romance, and somehow that was humbling enough for you to go back to school.
No. We were getting the interest from them, and then I got spooked, and I was just like, I don't want to do this. And
okay.
Luckily for me, because 6 months later, the band broke up and had to break their contracts with the record label. Yeah, it was a dirty business.
So you escaped just in time to miss out on the legalities.
Yeah.
So what instruments do you play? What kind of musician are you?
I like to say that I pick up any instrument I could play it, but I stay away from the stringed instruments like violin and cello. But mainly I play guitar. I play piano really well and drums. Yeah, but like
okay,
kind of one man banding it.
Yeah, so you kind of like a one stop shop then, huh?
Yeah, man.
And then you do some singing though as well, right?
Every once in a while, yeah.
Okay, so you are a one man band then.
We kind of got like a Dave Grohl thing going on, huh?
I know, dude. Hey, he might be the next Dave Grohl. We're gonna have to get some autographs before he leaves.
Yeah, remember Skull and Bones Radio? We picked you up.
You ain't going nowhere till I get my autograph.
I have to be part of the next Nirvana then.
Well, Jean's a big fan, so
I'm a huge fan.
He might join that band with you.
Yeah, man.
Play some air guitar or something for you.
Yeah.
I'll play the air drums.
Just jump around on stage. Yeah.
That's awesome, dude. So you were out there, you got signed to Eyeball, or you were about to get signed to Eyeball, you backed out, you went to school. So how did you end up in San Diego from there?
It was like felt like I was kind of like searching for something.
Okay.
And a friend of mine had moved out here, and he was the only person I knew that lived in San Diego, and I came out to visit him, and I stayed here for a week. We stayed in OB, and
that's a good introduction.
Yeah, just mind blown. And I was just like, all right, I'm gonna move here. And then 6 months later, I made the drive.
You're out here.
Yeah.
6 months later.
Yeah, it was just like I saved up a bunch of money and then came out.
So it didn't take much convincing at all.
No.
Well, if 6 months later and you were saving that whole time, so you were pretty much convinced on that trip that you were coming to San Diego then.
Yeah. I was very afraid, but I was convinced. Yeah.
Dude, that's admirable, brother.
Yeah, take some courage.
Yeah, right. So it's my understanding that you're not just a singer-songwriter, but you also produce music as well.
Yeah, like when I left the band that I was in, it was like I didn't want to be in a band that was like out touring anymore. So I started producing music for people, like producing like the backing tracks. Like I worked with rappers in Patterson, New Jersey, where Fetty Wap is from, and
I keep hearing that dude's name. I don't know who he is.
Like I was always very fond of like the electronic stuff.
Dick Dang 38.
What? What was that? Was that a dying bird?
Yeah, Fetty Wap.
That's what Fetty Wap said.
Exactly.
Oh, what was that?
And it's 1738.
Oh, 1738. Sorry.
Is that like an address, a Pizza Boy address?
I could tell you the whole trivia behind that if you want.
But we got to save that for the explosion, baby.
He's been holding out on trivia over here on us.
Hey, I got my reasons.
All right, cool. Hey, do we have any? We have a couple samples, right, of some music that to play from old Louis Frost over here.
Yeah, we got Skeletons feature. I'm going to mess it up, so say his name.
Mike Schrewer.
Mike Schrewer. All right.
So before we play it though, tell us a little bit about this. What's
Mike was actually the lead singer of the band I was in.
What was the name of the band?
Going Home.
Going Home.
Yeah.
Okay.
And me and him have always clicked musically.
Sure.
But so even after I left Going Home, a couple of years later, when he was already living in San Diego, he came back to visit. And in the span of like one sit down, we created Skeletons. And yeah, because we click on a musical level.
Now, is this the same friend you came to visit out in San Diego?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Gotcha. So you guys are like some musical soulmates then.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of felt like that in the past. Yeah.
Sure. Well, let's give it a play.
You left me with no choice, but to walk away and forget about your voice. But the memory will pass, and
I can get into this. It's funny, like it almost wants to like put me to sleep, but not in a bad way. Like it's so real. It feels like very angelic. Anybody else feel that?
Atmospheric.
Yeah, dude. And you produced this?
Yeah.
How did you even come up with this? Like, is this like were you thinking angels someday? Did you see like a really pretty girl inspired? Like,
It's never been like an inspiration thing. It's just like they come in one shots. It's like they come out of nowhere, and I'll sit down and write the entire song.
in one sit down.
Yeah.
Now, how long does something like this usually take?
When I do it, it usually takes about 6 to 8 hours.
6 to 8 hours.
Yeah.
So it's like a day's worth of work.
Yeah, like it would be like I'd be off from work and I'd sit down and just create the entire track. And that's what happened the day that Mike came over and I was creating Skeletons.
Wow. I'm actually really impressed by that.
It's a really good song. I like
Yeah,
it.
seriously, dude.
Jeez, how is this not on the radio? Oh, I
Well,
guess
it's
it
on
is
Skull
now.
and Bones Radio,
Yeah, it's on
exactly.
Skull and Bones Radio, baby, right? All right, so how many tracks do you think you've produced in total by now?
Ones that I've posted, I think there's 6, but I think on my hard drive at home I have like upwards of like 30 or 40.
Okay, so you're a bit of a veteran then when it comes to this.
Oh yeah, I love walking around Guitar Center in Sam Ash because I can stop in any section and start playing something.
Sure. I bet. One-stop shop band over here, baby. Louis Frost, everybody. You'll catch him on tour, on a world tour before you know it. So get the autographs while you can. But I'm going to get the first one.
Hey, so where can listeners, I guess, if they want to check that song out, excuse me.
You can just head over to SoundCloud and search me. I'll be under Forever is Finite, like the opposite of infinite, finite. So
How do you spell that?
Finite.
Okay, because I'm sure there's a lot of idiots out there like me that can't spell out.
Well, you know what? There's we're gonna put it on our Facebook, so no worries, Mick.
Oh, thank you. That's very kind of you. So, what would you like producing more or writing songs?
As of late, I've been more into writing songs, like kind of taking a step back from producing and kind of heading in the finding a band again direction.
Okay, gotcha. So this next song, tell us a little bit about that one. How did that come about? What inspired it?
I mean, this is the next one, Roads Traveled. It's more of like a darker moment, but when I was into more of the electronic side of music, and I got really heavily into vocalists that altered their voices, and like using effects and stuff like that.
Like T-Pain.
Oh, yeah, it's actually the same effect, but not.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Called it.
Without
even hearing it.
There's a little bit of auto tune, you know. But yeah, I got really heavily into that, and it just was the same thing. Just came in one shot, and sat down and recorded it that day.
Dang.
It was done using a effect called a vocoder. It's when you play and like your keyboard and sing at the same time, but the notes you sing are the chords you're playing.
Okay,
Like,
gotcha.
To sing along with it, you have to move your hands on the piano in the right places, or else it will sound completely out of whack.
Oh wow, it's almost like a voice box, but for piano. It sounds like.
Yeah.
Wow, that's nuts. What's the name of the song?
Roads Traveled.
Roads Travel. All right, Matt, let's try that one out.
It's like a secret that you just can't keep from me. It's like a message.
I dig it, dude. It reminds me of like a Nine Inch Nails almost kind of thing.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
It does, dude. And we went to that one concert. Remember, we saw Nine Inch Nails before. Yeah, dude. Well, man, I gotta say, I'm really impressed by your music. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 new fans today.
Awesome, man.
And so we can expect you to be playing probably here locally at the what's that bar on Normal Heights? I think it's called. That cafe. Didn't you say you played there before?
No,
Before we
I
came.
haven't played in San Diego yet.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
That'll
Oh,
be a
wow.
treat for everyone. We'll have to have you back in whenever,
Skull and Bones exclusive.
Yeah,
Yeah, excellent. We're gonna have you back for Skull and Bones exclusive, bro. We'll start our own little festival. You can be the headliner.
Heck yes.
Before you go make it on your world tour. Well, Louis Frost, thank you for coming in today, brother. It was some grand music, and you gained 4 new fans, and I want my autograph.
Yeah, man, we appreciate you coming in.
Thanks for having me on.
Thanks, brother.
All right, guys, we are Skull and Bones Radio. Thank you again for Louis coming in. Coming up next, we've got some very interesting breaking political news. I don't know.
What?
Yeah, we'll get into that coming up next on SkullandBonesRadio.com.
I'm a little bit curious and excited.
Remember how to recognize.
Hey, if you go somewhere, I'll probably kill you.
Skull and Bones Radio.
Stand by.